Shalom, y'all. I hope that you're doing fantastic. Thanks for joining for just a general reading. I tried to lay down and just my mind's going off, and so I just thought I'd do another reading for just any given person. If you are new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, and all that. So I'm just inquiring at the hand of Jehovah for those who are first time tuning in, who is very magnificent and worthy to be praised, honored, and given all the glory back, because he don't share the glory with no one. It belongs to him anyway. Anyway, so I bought this little deck here at the dollar store the other day. They were literally $1, and they have the creation on it. They have animals on it. And I actually sat down today and just asked a specific question, and I was reminded of something that was brought to my remembrance today. Y'all be patient with me, because I've been up for quite some time today and I'm tired, and like I said, tried to lay down and my brain's just trying to wind down. But anyway, I was reminded of a video that I did several months ago of somebody who had a pick in a basket, or something to do with somebody who knits or something to that effect. Okay, but what was coming out in that reading was somebody who, what literally came out in that reading was somebody who had taken a needle and put it in the side of somebody's temple of their head. Okay, now if you are new, don't go away just yet. I get a lot of real talk stuff on my channel. Okay, I literally get a lot of, I do crack in the case stuff, I do legal stuff, and the sun right now is in a very legal place. Okay. But I began to shuffle this card deck earlier, and I asked a specific question, and the cobra came out. The cobra came out. And one of the things that it stated about the cobra was something to do with needles. The description in here talked about the needle-like teeth. And it bringing the remembrance. I was just reminded of that video that I was just telling you about. And we are dealing with reptilious type energy, the snake and the snake in the basket. The judgment now needing to be on that thing. Okay? So anyway, this is a little deck that I want to pull. Whatever comes out of it, Jehovah will bring whatever he sees fit to talk about. But this little deck here, I was just drawn to it. Like I said, it was just like $1. And it got little monkeys coming out. And I just want to take a card for the overall energy of this reading. So Jehovah, I'm just inquiring at your hand, as always. I just thank you for this day. And I thank you for this evening. And I thank you for my brethren and my sisters who are connecting with you in all uprightness and truth, and keeping your ways and finding mercy and grace, because mercy and grace is all your paths for those who keep your covenant. And we're protected there. And you like to tell us the things before they happen, and you give us authority when we are walking in your way, to put our finger right in the enemy's face by your authority. No weapon formed against us shall prosper, because you are with us. You told us that they would surely they're just jumping out here. They would surely gather together against your people, but they would not win, because you see all things. You see all things, Jehovah. And so whom shall I fear? We shall not fear no one. I don't care who they are. You're magnificent. You deserve the glory and to be magnified here on these gates. And I thank you. Jehovah, rebuke the wicked to the pit of hell, and let their gates be shut for eternity, because they chose that for themselves. They chose to leave your way. They did not want to repent. So by that they'll pay. I thank you for your Holy Spirit and your comfort that you give us. So I inquire at your hand in this reading for any given person that you know needs to hear this message and that you knew would click upon this video before they even knew that they would find it. What do we need to know? Thank you. So the chimpanzee just came out here. Monkeys. There's the leopard at the bottom of the deck and the sloth at the top of the deck, and I'm not going to read those. I'm just going to get very little. We know about the monkeys. The chimpanzees they're intelligent. Okay? Since I am using animals here, you could work for a zoo. I don't know. They're very quick at what they do. They use different types of calls and sounds and cries and facial expressions to communicate with each other. So they're communicators. And, you know, we as parents do that with our children. You know, growing up, if mom and dad just gave you that look, you just kind of knew that's kind of the energy that's coming through me. They got thumbs on their hands that enable them to grasp objects and things. Obviously, everybody's got thumbs. And their feet. Thumbs on their hands and their feet. They're excellent at climbing trees where they sleep. So we've got the chimpanzee coming out. I think they're, it doesn't say that on there, what I'm fixing to say, but I think the chimpanzee is like, what, one chromosome away from the human or something like that. Something like that. Something like that. Let's take some tarot here. Actually, you have what messages do you want to bring out here? Your cousin is involved. Your cousin might be a chimpanzee. Your cousin might sorry. Your cousin might be dipping into termite tunnels. Well, termites, that's not good. If we want to just look at things spiritually, which we should, because the spirit world is first before anything natural ever existed anyway. Termites will eat it in your walls, in your homes. It's bad. It's a bad deal. So spiritually, things have been eaten from within as well. People have been climbing up in their trees. And, you know, chimpanzees, well, it just left me. I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway, no matter what, I love you and care for you, somebody says. And your cousin is involved in something that's connected to intelligence and honey is here. Fruit. They like to eat, their diet is fruit and leaves and honey and termites and small mammals. Whatever that means for any given person. I'm seeing the world here. Earth energy is here. Someone who smokes is also here in this reading. Connected to chimpanzees and very intelligent beings. And tasks that are quick in nature. Okay? I lied to myself about you. Forgive me, and it's truthful. Those who are in the upright get double for their trouble, Jehovah says. And there's difficulties that have been in a lawsuit. Well, we know it. We've been following it for a while. We're dealing with people who have extra thumbs. Fee, fi, fo, thumb. We've seen the faux today as well. So we got contracts and law and judges and exes and work. That's 8 pentacles and broken hearts that need to be rested after. You're dealing with people that's also in the military. That's really been coming up here. It really is. You're dealing with hoes as well. I'm just saying. This person is, you know, or somebody who likes to garden or something like that. But it is a hoe, and I've taught extensively about energy and words and how they express themselves, and it's still the divine had told me not to discard any phonics, and so we will not do that because the divine knows what he's talking about. I'm seeing brown eyes here. Don't it make my brown eyes, don't it make my brown eyes blue? I'm hearing that song for some of you. So we got work and tools showing itself. Hammers, nails, and a hoe. And money situations, work situations going on. Lawsuits are here. Somebody's like so truthful and now wanting to face the truth about whatever the conflict has been with the things that have been eating themselves from within on the inside of their own home, their house, the termites that are just all over the place on the inside of somebody. Okay? No matter what, somebody cares for you. Whatever's been built, whatever's been done, somebody's needing forgiven. And if somebody wants forgiveness, then forgive, or you're not going to be forgiven. You're forgiven. Anybody who's ever done anything to me, you're forgiven. I've always said that. I've went through my processes and have had my own hurts and things like that. But I have learned to vent and get it over with, even through death things. I know spiritually of some really hard things that have taken place, even with my grandchildren, even with my parents, with my siblings, with my cousins, with my family. I know about all of it. And I still forgive. I absolutely forgive. Jehovah, what do you want to bring out here? Because I fear the one who tells us to forgive or you won't be forgiven. And he saw it all before it was ever going to take place anyway, so it's none of my business. He's the one running the earth. So we have thought coming out here. Well, some people have put a lot of thought in some stuff. They've read a lot of documents. This is the hourglasses here, which I always point out in the runes within the days. There's been days that have gone by. Time has gone by. And all these thoughts. As somebody has the scroll in their hand. And they've just been thinking about so many things that have been written down. So many things that have just been recorded. So many things have been just thought about. And thought the termites that have just been eaten on the inside of somebody's house. Their soul, their mind, their will, their emotions. Right? We have the skull here. That word literally came out today in a reading that I did. I think that was for the water and air, or water and earth. I can't remember which one it was in. But the census, the counting, the recalculating, the analyzation that's gone on, the time that's been waited on and waited on and waited on. Okay? About work and things that were worked on. The difficulties in this lawsuit that's been going on. What's the law say about it? It's just like all over the floor, unraveled. What did it say here? Kind of stuff. What is the truth? Well, people do know the truth. People do know the truth. It's time to face the truth. It's time. It's no. Stop sitting there back and forth, back and forth. Make the decision now. Make the decision now. It's time to start something new. There's baby situations. We know that. Pregnancies, infancy stages of things, new projects, relationships. It's a new start, people. It's time to reset something here. It's time to rest after a broken heart. Okay, some people's exes have lost their freaking mind. They have. Some people are seared. They're twice dead. We know that. We really know that. Okay, there's the wife and somebody desiring to be a wife. And to be a good person to somebody. Okay, what good does it do to sit in hatred all the days of your life and be a witch or cruel or rude or sneaky? Okay, because chimpanzees can be sneaky as well. Heartbreak. Third party situation. Well, but we have resting here. Trouble, leaving troubled waters behind. Why won't we do it, people? Why won't we do it? Double for your trouble. There's the Two of Pentacles. Being generous. Isn't that what the Most High wants? Yes. Love covers a multitude of sin. Money is coming to you and Elohim is meeting your need. Yes, he is going to. When I think about you, it makes me smile. That's positive energy. What's the problem? Success, luck, favor, increase. It's all over the freaking place, man. Jehovah's plans are to prosper you and to give you a hope in the future and not to harm you. But some people have gotten harmed because of their hard-heartedness and their sneaky behaviors. And they just sit there for a long time and let the termites just go on and on the inside. Loving intelligence, the gift of vision, it comes from Jehovah. This internal dispute needs to be at rest now. Because people do know what to do. There's joyfulness here. Some people are dealing with prison, but people are in prison in their own home and in their own mind. It's time to get out of that crap now. There's the scholar. Somebody who studies things. Also looking into a book. Looking into a book. We have the scroll here. Service. It's a work thing for some people. It really is a work thing. At a bar is here. We know that we are dealing with people who are heavy drinkers and people have lost their freaking mind because they've just... What's underneath here again? Yeah, the internal dispute, security and organization. You know, if you just pull some people in, somebody needs help, you have the key to my heart. If you pull some people in and say, look, this, we know, you know, we know, you know, we all know. There's some certain things that don't need to be known. This is why we got to do this or that or whatever. There will be understanding, people. There will. If you're looking at connecting with Jehovah and acknowledging him in all our ways, he definitely will rebuild the house, because unless Jehovah build the house, it's in vain anyway. It's going to fall down every single time. Every single time. Every single time. We are dealing with somebody who's on the radio. We got the vice president here as well. We got on a farm or a farmer. We got somebody right here that's got the hoe and farming energy here. Okay. Oh yeah. At a hotel is here. Hair-raising and exciting energy is here. And someone with a huge heart loves you. Okay? Look, yes, there is prostitution involved. We see the hoe right there. Jeez. There's jail here for somebody, and because the prison is there. Or you're dealing with somebody who's been in prison before. Or like I said, people have already spent years of prison in their home. That just literally jumped out. A preacher is here. A school is here. A turn and a fear is here. This is digging out of something for making a basin or a trough. Well, we got the hoe here to dig something, the little pentacle, okay? And this is trembling. Somebody's trembling because of jail and prison on the other side of that. Wow, that's incredible. Well, my cousin. my cousin. There's something that's become a wasteland. A place that has been laid waste and made just desolate. Because there's been destroying and slaying and something's decaying somewhere. Something's gone on for a long time. Somebody dug something up and did something very wasteful. And, yes. Somebody has pride, or did have pride. There's an owner of a cat right there. Well, that really just wants to come out. It really wants to come out. Let me just switch gears for a second. About 3 years ago, when this stuff began, and I've told this on my channel before, talking about a cat, and it is a money situation. The boss is here. And someone's asking for forgiveness. And some people, there's many people involved in this thing. Some people, you're supposed to forgive everyone, but some people are to remain and some people are to go away. Because there's been third party outside situations. And some people are going to go to jail, and they just are. For some people. Some people are going to be pardoned in such a huge way, it's going to be a miracle from the divine because they've come to themselves. That's up to the divine. Okay, that's up to the divine on what's taking place here. Many years ago now, since this has happened, about 3 years ago, I told how I came home one day and pulled into my parking lot, and this black cat ran right out in front of me. Literally just ran right out in front of me, turned itself around and looked at me. And we caught each other's eyes. And it watched me as I was walking. And it was just, I don't know, it was something there. And it spoke to, the spirit of the thing spoke to me. Now, we're talking about animals, the creation. And the divine speaks through all things and will express through all things. And nobody will tell the divine how and who and what he will express through. And we know animals also can withhold spirit within it. Because the pigs itself, the spirits itself wanted to go into pigs. And we also know that the angel of the Lord stood in front of the prophet that was going to go and was trying to be, the word ain't blackmail that I want to use for lack of better words, but was going to go and try to curse the house of Jacob. And the donkey spoke. The donkey spoke. And there was nothing wrong with that donkey. He wasn't possessed with the devil or anything. It stated that Jehovah opened the donkey's mouth up to speak. So animals can hold spirit within it. And that cat literally watched me. And as I watched it, it spoke to me. My spirit heard it. It said, at the midnight hour, I will be going home. And the next day, there was a death that took place. Okay? Now, that cat, I also spoke, looked exactly like a cat that I owned. I've never really been a big cat lover, but I did love a cat that I was very close to several years prior to that situation that looked exactly like that cat. And that cat was so protective over me. Oh my gosh, that cat was so protective. And I loved that cat. And it was a black cat. And his name was Midnight. And it's so ironic to me that same energy of Midnight appeared before me years later in the story that I just spoke, looked just like that cat, and spoke by way of the spirit that in the midnight hour I'll be going home, but was giving me a message through somebody who raised me. The spirit of the matter spoke. It's profound. People's profound. It's really profound. That's why I don't put the spirit in a box. Some people had a really big problem with all of this. Okay? Really big problem with all this. But there is no divination against Jacob. And the divine will do anything that he wants, and he's doing a new thing, and nobody will say what he can and can't do. And because you got the same people that sit in front of their TV and let their kids watch cartoons or go into a church and color pictures. But I got pictures right here, and I got a big problem with it because people have been tainted in their mind by magic and things like that. This is a witch in the negative. In the negative. To the pure, I'll show myself pure, he says. It's a heart thing, people. It's a heart thing. It's a heart thing. And people have had to learn the hard way. And people's lost life through this heart thing. But it wasn't for naught, because the scripture states that the divine can kill and he can also raise from the dead. He is the creator of all things. He makes dead and he makes alive. So, if you can hear today, you get over whatever took place. If you learn the lesson, that's what matters the most of all. Stop looking into what's been written down, what's not been written down. What's written on your heart, baby? What's written on your heart? Love is in the eyes of the beholder, and the Most High's heart is beholding our heart. Are we chasing after his heart, like he told David that he was pleased with? I love you because you're a man after mine own heart. You don't look at all this outward flab that's taking place. Man looks at that, and obviously we want to look good and stuff like that, but some people have been put in a place where they really worked on themselves to really just be whole inside and out, and the man has come along and really just destroyed crap because of lack of understanding. Okay, and they just really made a mess. And until we learn how to really just say, screw it all, I'm looking at the heart. That doesn't mean that we don't take care of ourselves and stuff like that. I mean, because anything can be fixed. But my point is it's a heart matter, people. It really is. It really is. This joyfulness is only going to occur when the heart is circumcised in the way that it needs to be circumcised in the earth. Those who are seared there don't give a rip. They get the sword and they're out of here for eternity. And that's how it's going to work. Because the divine's word will not return to him void, people. It just won't. Those demonic entities will go into prison and the smoke of them things are going to go up and up and up and up and up forever. Okay? Learn something today that's beneficial. Get your heart healed. There's the doctor. There's the old woman. Wisdom. Wisdom is the fear of the Most High. Okay? Get out of this misfortune stuff. Stop crying over it. Whatever took place when the towers came down, when your house burnt down, let fire be within us. It's like fire shut up in our bones. It's spiritual war that we're in. It's time to get up and move on. It's time to rebuild now. Ground zero. But the zero, it's everything, but it's nothing at all. It's really what we make of it. Whether it's big or small. Because it's both in the zero. The zero is also the one. It is, because something out of nothing came something. Okay? Let the reunion occur. It's time to. It's time to be cheerful. It really is. It's time to forgive so that you can be forgiven. Do you want the prison doors to open? Well, then you must open them, and then you will reap the same thing. Even in the midst of all the crap that's taken place. All of it. There will be mercy and there will be grace if you turn yourself to the Most High. Dance with me forever, it says. It's something that stands out is here. Yes, it's something's been very prominent today in readings. It says, I've been hiding from you in the dark and I've been feeling down, but you're forgiven if you'll come out of the darkness and into the light. Let there be light. Whatever this mental disgrace is, if those people cannot, they get the line of confusion, they're out. It's time to take care of them. We know who they are. They don't want to come out. They had a space to repent. They didn't want to. They're out now. It's really time to get up and do something about those people. It really is. And unfortunately, it is what it is. So either you're going to hear today the call and wake up and truly live, or you'll burn forever and it's a misfortune for you, for eternity. And that's a very prominent situation right there. It is what it is. Shalom.